This feature is actually a feature I have used, and my channel is currently monetized. Like, I just got this channel monetized using that feature. So I'm sure you do not want to miss this. There were days I went on live on YouTube, and from my voice you could actually tell that I was half asleep and then half awake. Like, I was literally streaming from my sleep. For those who actively followed me while I was screencasting my videos, in order for me to get watch hours, I'm sure they are familiar with this scenario. But the good part of the whole thing is this: despite that, I was still able to gain my watch hours that actually helped me in getting monetized. Hello people, welcome back to my channel. This is Ify's Insight, and if this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Okay, let's get right into the video. A lot of creators are more focused on watch hours through Restream. But then, aside from Restream, which is a third party app, you can actually grow your watch hours on YouTube through the screencast feature. And then I know not all of us are so familiar with this screencast. And in this video, I'm going to be telling us more about the screencast feature, and I will also be teaching you how you can actually use this to gain watch hours. So first of all, let's understand what is screencasting. Screencasting on YouTube is basically when you have a video or an image playing on your phone even while you are not there. Like, you can have a video of like 10 seconds play for as much as 11 hours or even more without you being physically present. So that is screencasting. So it's just basically you using like a pre-recorded video on your phone to be able to gain watch hours. With screencast, what happens is this: instead of you sitting in front of the camera while going live, your video is actually at the background doing the work for you. And the amazing thing is this: YouTube counts such watch hours for monetization. See, if your video is not interesting, people will definitely not watch. And if people do not stay to watch your video, or they click off too early, what happens is you do not get watch hours. And remember, the whole aim or the whole essence of this is to get watch hours, right? So you can loop a video for as long as 11 hours plus. But if people only stay to watch that video for like 10 seconds, 20 seconds, it will actually do that video no good. Like, you won't be getting the watch hours you actually want. So let's head into the step-by-step process of screencasting your videos. Now, the number one step is for you to prepare your videos. So before anything, you have to make sure that you already have the video you want to use, and this video is already saved in your phone gallery. And this doesn't just have to be any random video. This actually has to be a video that is engaging, a video that is interesting, a video that will actually make people stay to watch longer, a video that is actually attention grabbing. The second step you have to take is to edit the video properly. Like, you have to take this video into your editing app. If you are using InShot, CapCut, Filmora, VN, whatsoever editing app you are using, you have to take the video there, and then you have to ensure that your aspect ratio is in the right order. Now remember, if it is a YouTube long form video, normally we use 16:9, but because we're trying to go on live and we actually want the live to be pushed on people's short form, so we're going to use the short form aspect ratio, which is 9:16. The next thing you have to check for is your music, your sound. Refrain yourself from using random sound or music from your editing app. Normally they'll tell you is non-copyrighted, but I'm sure you do not even want to try that, because most times, even when your editing app goes ahead to tell you that a particular sound is non-copyrighted, the moment you use it, most times you actually get into trouble. So the best thing to do is to avoid using music or sound totally, or if at all you want to use, go to the YouTube Music Studio and then download sounds, download musics that are non-copyrighted. If you use those music, definitely nobody will be giving you a copyright. You'll be escaping copyright issue. Personally, for me, I've used music from YouTube Studio, and currently I still have those videos and I do not have any copyright from them up to this day. No matter how interesting or how attention grabbing your video might be, if you make the mistake of using the wrong sound, YouTube can go as far as removing that video and also giving you a strike if you are not careful. And this strike can last as much as 90 days on your channel. I'm sure you do not want that. So if all these are in check, so the next thing we have to do is to go ahead and upload our video. But before we go ahead and upload our video, I would implore you to put your phone on do not disturb mode. So go ahead and put it on do not disturb mode, such that when you are on live, even if you have any message or any call coming in, it will not show on your screen, because once your screencast mode is turned on, once you are live, anything that happens on your phone, on your screen, your viewers will definitely be able to see this. So ensure that your phone is turned on do not disturb mode even before you go on live. Now, after turning your phone on do not disturb mode, the next thing you would want to do is to go ahead and play that video on your phone and then loop it. So you can either decide to loop it before you go on live, or you can actually also do this after you've gone on live. Personally, for me, I prefer to loop it before I go on live, because I don't want my viewers seeing everything I am doing, from the back end. But then you can still do this even while you have gone on live. And after putting all these checks in place, the next thing is for us to go to our YouTube app. So I'll click on it and then open it up, and this is what we have. We click on the plus sign. Okay, then it will open up to show us this. You can see we have video, short, live and post. So we'll click on live, and yes, we are live. So you see here where they have more, you click on it. So when you click on it, it will now open up and show us more options. Then we'll click on orientation. So when I click on it, can you see it's now on horizontal orientation, and that is not what we want. And you can see it is on landscape now. So I clicked on it again and it's now on vertical orientation, and you can see the shape has changed to vertical, which is phone shape. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is to click on that pencil icon. So that is where we're going to be editing our title and then do our necessary settings. Okay, so I clicked on it and then this is what we have. So the first thing I'll do is to go ahead and clean out this title and then write the title I want to use. So while choosing a title, make sure your title is attention grabbing. Your title should make your audience, it should make your viewers curious to actually want to see what is going on. Okay, so now I'll just choose any title and then this is what I wrote. Could you believe what he did? Question mark. Okay, so the next thing I will do is to click on the pencil icon up so that I can upload a thumbnail. So my thumbnail is already ready, so I'll just go ahead and then just pick. So I will adjust it to fit the size for thumbnail. So I'll click on visibility and then make sure it is on public. So yes, there we have it. So the next thing is to select the audience. After audience, we go ahead to go to description and then paste our description. Okay, so let's scroll down. For the location, I don't put anything, I leave it as it is. Then we have screencast, and then this is the most important part of this video. So you can see that the screencast is toggled off. So I touched it to toggle it on. Now it's off again. Let me touch it. Now it is on. So once it is on, it will show up like this. So they will say add game title. You are not adding anything, leave it as it is. then schedule for later. If you want to schedule for later, you can toggle it on, but I'm not scheduling for later. So I forgot to select my audience, so I'll go back and select audience. So they are asking, is this content made for kids or it is not made for kids? And I'm going to select no, it is not made for kids. If you go ahead and select yes, it is made for kids, they are going to limit your distribution, so they won't share your life as much as they are supposed to. Okay, so always remember this: once your content is not made for kids, click no, it is not made for kids. And this also apply even to your normal video. Okay, let's continue. So I'll go back and then click on advanced settings. So if it opens up, this is what you will see. So you'll be seeing the first four except for the last one. Now the last one is showing off because I am monetized. So you allow chat, you allow reactions, you show leaderboards. Okay, so we go back. Now you can click on next, and then this is what we have. So this is basically a warning telling you that everything on your phone will be shown. So that's why I say you should turn on do not disturb mode. So now you click on got it after reading it. Okay, so after clicking on got it, then this is what we have. It says start now. So I'll click on start now and then go to my gallery, and then this is the video we're using. So I'm going to play it on, and like I told you, I already looped my own before now, so it's just going to continue looping. Okay, now you can see this image here is showing my profile picture. So that's because I clicked on this camera icon. But if you want your face to show, when you click on it, it will open up and then your face can also show. But for me, I don't want my face to show. So next, I'll click on the microphone. If I want it to be muted, I'll off it. But for me, I want to be talking, so I'll leave it on. And then when I want it to be quiet, I will mute it off. Then we click on go live. So that is basically it for the tutorial. Remember, do not forget to loop your video, because the moment you don't loop it, that means it will get to the end and it will stop. But because you want it to keep on playing repeatedly, so you go ahead and loop it. So if you want this to work, ensure that one, your video actually has a perfect curiosity driven hook, a hook that would actually make people to stay to want to watch till the very end. So what are the mistakes to avoid? One, avoid using copyrighted videos, please. As much as you want to use interesting videos, I would even say it's better for you to use your own video. A lot of people, go to other apps, they go to Instagram, to TikTok to get videos. Whichever way you want to get your video is up to you, but personally for me, I will say it's better for you to use your own video to avoid copyright issues. Aside from avoiding copyright videos, you also have to avoid copyright music, because even if it is your main video, a copyrighted music can ruin that video for you. I'm sure I already mentioned this earlier. And then lastly, if the video you are using is a silent video, like there is no sound on it, then you have to ensure to come up and talk at intervals, like make it interactive, welcome people to your live stream, engage with them. Okay, just make it interesting such that they will also know that you are there with them. So that does not mean that you have to stay there like throughout the lifespan of the live stream. Like you can just come up at intervals and then welcome them, engage with them, or you can even use a second device and log into the same account and then be chatting with them. As much as possible, try to make it engaging. Now this is one of the mistakes people make that end up making them not to be able to get monetized. Like you just want to do everything silent, silent, silent. No, as much as you can, try to interact at intervals. So if you know you gained value from those videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give those video a thumbs up. Until next time when I come your way again, thank you so much for watching.